Do you know why you never ask the forest for a free road? Because the road has a keeper, Baba Yaga. First you hear her before you see her. Something heavy scraping along the path. That's her mortar. The broom sweeps the tracks behind. Her hut stands on chicken legs, turned back to the visitor, face to the trees. Baba Yaga isn't good or evil. She deals in payment. For truth, safe passage. For lies, the long way, the kind you don't return from. Signs she's near. Birds go silent all at once. A single thread of web stretches across the trail with a tiny knot. By a fallen pine sits a little box with poppy seeds and salt. Offerings from those who made it through. If the path suddenly feels too short, stop. Say your full name out loud. Leave a heel of bread, a pinch of salt, and a length of thread on the stump. Don't overpromise. Don't ask for gifts. If the hut turns to face you and the door creaks, enter, but eat only what you brought. Then she'll show you the true road. Lie, and you'll walk in circles until the first frost.
This really happened. In the late 1960s, kids across the United States began telling the same story. A man in a clown outfit, lingering by school fences, lurking around parks, offering rides in a windowless van. At first, police brushed it off as a wave of panic, a prank. Then children started to go missing. Witnesses described him as tall, in a washed-out clown costume with red gloves, and face paint that looked wrong, smeared, almost decaying. Parents kept spotting a big white van near playgrounds, always rolling away a moment before officers arrived. Some said there were 2 clowns inside, laughing, just watching. Newspapers wouldn't run it. No official reports came out. But in 1968, a boy from Ohio went missing after saying, "The funny man asked me to see his balloon." They never found him. Over the next year, the same sightings appeared in Illinois, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. Some claimed it was a crew using costumes as cover. Others thought something darker lived beneath the paint. To this day, there were no arrests, no names, no faces. Only sketches in old case files. All showing the same thing. A clown with black eyes and a smile that never moved. Do you know why Britain lights bonfires and fireworks on November 5th? It's Guy Fawkes Night. In 1605, a group of conspirators planned to blow up the king and parliament. They hid barrels of gunpowder under the House of Lords. At night, guards found a man below with fuses and a lantern. His name was Guy Fawkes. The explosion never happened. People remembered the date with a rhyme. Remember, remember, the 5th of November. After that, towns burned a Guy effigy, asked for a penny for the Guy, and lit big bonfires to show the plot failed and the crown stood. Today it's mostly a family evening. Bonfires in parks, potatoes in the embers, firework shows. The Guy Fawkes mask appears too. Part protest symbol, part tradition. If you're in England on that night, skip the backyard fireworks and watch an organised display. And remember, every bang is an echo of a cellar where a fuse once didn't catch.
They say he was once a man, before he became a legend. In 1970, in Fairfax County, Virginia, police began receiving reports about a man in a rabbit costume, chasing people near an old bridge, swinging an axe. Some said he escaped from a mental hospital. Others claimed he wasn't human at all. Officers found blood on the road and torn pieces of fabric, as if someone had ripped off a costume while running. A week later, they found a dead teenager hanging beneath the bridge. On his head, a shredded bunny hood. The police sealed the case. No further attacks were ever reported. but locals still call it the Bunny Man Bridge. Every Halloween, someone comes back to test the story. And almost every year, someone disappears. In 2017, a YouTuber went there to film. He laughs, looks into the camera, and says, "Guess the Bunny Man isn't real." A second later, something moves behind him. A figure, dressed in white, holding an axe. The video cuts out, and the body was never found.
Do you know why people in Romanian villages cover mirrors at night and lay iron by the door? Because of the strigoi, the dead who come back. It starts quietly. Dogs stop barking. Milk curdles in the jug. The window fogs as if someone is breathing from the inside. In the dark, a voice calls your name. A voice you know too well. Then you see him. Not a shadow, him. Barefoot at the window, like he climbed out of the earth. Skin gray, wet clay on the soles. Lips pulled thin, as if sewn. Eyes not black, but empty, like well water at midnight. He doesn't knock, he looks. You blink and he's closer, at the frame. Two clear circles bloom on the glass where his breath should be. If you don't open, he circles the house. Soft steps along the wall. The door bows a little, as if to wind, though there is no wind. By morning, there are bare footprints at the crossroads, and a long drag line toward the cemetery, like someone was pulled by the heels. What people do: set a key or a knife on the threshold, blade turned away. Garlic and a pinch of salt on the sill. Mirrors covered with cloth. Sleep facing the door so you know where he is. Remember the rule. If someone calls your name at night, don't answer. If you see him at the glass, don't approach. Wait for dawn and speak the names of the living out loud. Strigoi come where they are let in. Don't let him in.
They say he never existed, until two children tried to prove otherwise. In 2014, police in Waukesha, Wisconsin found a 12-year-old girl crawling out of the woods. She had been stabbed 19 times. Alive, but barely breathing. When they asked who did it, she said, "My friends. They had to. Slenderman told them to." Investigators searched their laptops. On the hard drives, they found folders titled The Path and He Walks Among Us. Inside were hundreds of drawings, a tall figure, faceless, with impossibly long arms. One file was a video, a dark forest, wind, breathing, then movement between the trees, a shadow too tall to be human. The recording cuts out. The final frame, a pale hand covering the camera lens. They called it a child's fantasy, a shared delusion, an internet myth. But the forest is still there, and every night, you can still hear the footsteps. Even though, according to the reports, no one is inside.
Do you know why coastal villagers don't mount the horse in the mist? It's an old Celtic tale about the puka, a shape-shifting trickster. People see it differently. A black horse with a wet mane, a huge dog, or a man with ears too long and animal eyes. It shows up at dusk, as if by accident, tilts its head as if inviting you to ride, and takes you the wrong way. The road turns soft like peat. The village lights fall behind even when you swear you're turning toward them. Your phone shows no bars. The air smells of apples and wet fleece. The old one said the puka loves to carry riders to exhaustion, laughing when you beg it to stop. Then drops you at the edge of a bog or the cliffs. In generous years, it brings luck and warns of storms. In mean years, it tangles paths and ruins crops. Its rule is simple. Once you trust it, the road is his. How to spot it? Footfalls too quiet for an animal that size. Almost no tracks. Eyes that catch light, not like a horse's. Deeper, like a well. And one more thing. It appears where horses never do. On the shoulder of a highway, at a bus stop, along a concrete seawall. If a horse steps from the fog at evening and cocks its head to invite you, don't touch it. Don't pet, feed, or try for a photo. You'll get a blank frame. Stay close to light, to people, to iron in your hand. And most of all, don't get in the saddle. Not even for a minute. With the puka, a minute lasts longer than the night.